Aaron Singer here at NPC Nationals 2012 in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm here with the super heavyweight and overall winner, Brian Yersky. Now, Brian, you told me, I'm going to take it back to the prejudging. You told me that in your head, you and Chad Nichols, your diet coach, can imagine what would it feel like for you guys to be called out in the first call out and then pulled back, just Brian Yersky. They say, hey, Brian Yersky, you go back out. So you were very confident backstage. I walked up to you and I said, I told you a story about Chad telling me, joking with me about nobody being in condition. And I was like, but he said you're in condition. And you're like, yeah, you knew.
Yeah, I knew. I knew the way that I was feeling. I was freaking dry. Just the depth of my lines and, looking at the progression pictures every week, comparing this prep into last year's prep. It was just night and day difference. Just size-wise, mature, grainy muscle, and we did what we had to do.
Are you somebody, you've been around bodybuilding a long time now, you've been in all the shows, are you somebody who's able to honestly look at themselves and say, look, this is on, Or are you kind of like, some people get kind of like, I guess like mind fucked, they look at themselves like, I'm flat, I'm.
I try not to look at myself, to be honest. I ask
you let Chad look at your wife, look at you?
Ask Jordan, and I just go by what Chad says, because I try not to get my mind wrapped around it. I got Chad for a reason. Tell me what to do, and it'll get done. Regardless. Make me freaking suffer. It's well worth it in the end. So whatever. I don't cut corners. You tell me to do something, it's getting done.
Yeah.
So
let's talk about you won. Okay, you're on stage, and I noticed Jordan came up to the stage. You brought the little girl up to the stage. That's something that I would have done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have a little boy. You have a little girl, a little older than mine. Was that a special thing that you'll be able to show her forever?
It was freaking definitely special. Like I said, I got everything going in the right direction. Got a great life, great wife. We've been together for 17 years. Got the little girl that's 10 months now, and everything. I couldn't ask for anything more. Put the IFBB Pro title on the top, and
you think you'll be able to show this to her years down the road and be like, look, you were up on stage at Nationals?
Well, she might be doing fitness nationals by then, so she got some footsteps to follow in.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, congratulations. Brian, who do you want to thank? You got Jordan, you got Chad.
Freaking everyone in the industry. From the beginning, I trained with Mike Davies in Columbus back in 2005 when me and Jordan moved to Columbus for her to attend dental school. I trained for like 5 to 6 years prior to that through high school into, college, and then I moved down there, and Davies is like, you compete? I'm like, compete in what? Put me in a spring show. It started there. I was with Davies for a couple years, and then I went to George. I took advice from Dave for plenty of years, and then, like I said, in 2010 Nationals, I hooked up with Chad, and it was the best decision I ever made.
Yeah, let's go. I see him right there. Chad, can you come over? He probably doesn't want to, but I'm forcing him over. Chad.
To be honest, I did not work with him this prep. I did it all myself, so no one's contacting Chad Nichols in the future.
He doesn't want anybody to contact.
No. Right? So, Chad, tell us a little bit about Brian. Give me your perspective of Brian Yersky.
I'll tell you what, I wish I had 100 athletes like him.
Yeah,
you tell him what to do, and he does it. And I don't have to worry about him doing something else, or is he following directions. I gave him the path, and he followed it perfectly, and this was the outcome.
So I'm gonna ask you, because I have a feeling it's a collaborative effort. Where will we see Brian Yersky 2013?
Well, I think that I think we need to talk and see exactly what he wants to do. But I think there's several shows later in the year that I think are good. Are really set up for him well. And so I think maybe July, August.
So 2013 we will see.
2013 we will definitely see him. It's his decision, but that would be my recommendation, obviously.
Okay, 2013?
Yeah, you'll definitely see me. We're going to see how these first 3 to 4 months of the off season goes, and if we can start the prep, April, May, into the beginning of the summer shows, fine. If not, if we got to wait till the fall shows, then so be it.
Good. This is just, what do you think? You think this is a good for all these guys that have turned pro? Do you think that they should get in the shows, Chad, or do you think that it's a good idea? I personally think.
I think they should. Now there's obviously some guys that maybe need another year to kind of mature and put on a little size. But there's a bundle of guys that just got pro cards, even some of the lighter weight classes that could jump right into the 212s. Brian and 2 or 3 other guys are obviously, ready right now to jump in. So I think they should jump in. They have to look at the overall, picture and see what's best for them, obviously. But there's definitely a bundle of guys that's ready to go.
This takes us back to last year after Nationals. You know, we came off of the Nationals at third, and everyone's like, you know, just add some size. You know, get ready for USAs. And that was an option, you know, and I didn't do USAs, and everyone's like, why didn't you do USAs? Why didn't you do North American? Well, the plan then was, why just put the effort forth to turn pro and then have to take the year off to be a competitive pro?
Smart.
So we wanted to take that year, build muscle not only for the amateur stage but for the future pro stage. So we, you know, took our time into this year, so we'll be ready to not disappear and we can just compete 2013.
And it obviously worked out for you. So for Chad Nichols, the Diet Doc, the champ, Brian Yersky, Aaron Singerman, rxmuscle.com.